This Q&A video is brought to you by J-Hap Gear. Life's a crusade. Dress appropriately. Alright. You ready, Daniel? We haven't done this in a while. When's the last time we done a Q&A video?
I don't know.
Feels like a while.
Probably, what, a month and a half ago, maybe?
Probably. I don't even
Before
know.
Ironclad.
Before Ironclad. So that was like in November. No.
Back in the olden days.
Back in the olden days.
Yeah. And I know I'm probably going to make comments about this, but as you notice, I've gotten a new hat.
He's got a new hat. He's left his old.
Don't worry, I'll
it's
go back.
It's gonna make a reappearance.
Yeah, I'm just wearing this for one episode because I really like this, but I'm going back to the old hat immediately. I just want to show off my new
Nice
fancy
hat.
hat, the patch on it and everything, because America.
Yep. Yep.
You can't never have enough America.
You never have enough.
Can't never have
enough America. Anyway, guys, welcome back to Q&A episode. I think this is 15. This is the video series where you, the viewers, ask the questions and we reply. So basically, how this works is you leave your questions in the comment section down below. We sift through them, see which ones we feel deserve the most attention. We print them off, cut them up, and throw them into our question and ammo box, and then we proceed to answer them on camera for you guys. So without further ado, let's go ahead and begin. But before we start getting to the actual questions that we have in the box, during Ironclad 2, we met a very nice gentleman by the name of Tommy Harrison. I think his call sign goes by Tommy Boy. Tommy, I'm sure you're watching this right now. Really cool guy. We played with him. He was was he in our squad? I don't think he was in our squad, but he recognized.
No, but he recognized it from YouTube.
Yeah.
I think we met him the second day.
Yeah, we met him the second day. And I think
Grandma's house or whatever they called it.
Yeah, there was like that one. That was a code name for one of the buildings. But
yeah.
He's a really legit guy. I played around with him for a little bit. I think he rolled with our squad for a little bit. Really nice guy. So he put in a request to have a question answered for us. So we go, oh, why not? We'll go for it. So Tommy Harrison, this one goes to you. So he asks, M9 or M1911? Classic question.
Mm-hmm.
You want to go first on this one?
Okay. Well, my opinion is pretty biased. I mean, okay. Just so you know, we actually did just shoot a real steel M9 and a real steel 1911
just tonight too.
In the same time span, like right next to each other. And as far as Airsoft and real steel goes, I have to go with the 1911.
Yeah.
It's just you can't beat it.
You can't beat American engineering. It's solid. I love it. Now, as you guys know, 1911 is chambered in 45, or maybe some of you don't know, which is a bigger bullet than what the M9 is chambered in, 9mm. Now,
9mm leader.
9mm versus 45, there's the endless debate which one's better, but basically all you need to know is 9mm is smaller, 45 is bigger, 9mm you can hold more ammo, 45
the
less
45
ammo.
He's referring to, just for all the gun Nazis and stuff, 45 ACP, not 45 long, ACP.
For ACP, yes,
because,
sorry.
Yeah, there's the trolls that'll...
Yeah, they'll nail me to the wall.
45 ACP.
Yeah. No, yeah, so 1911, number one, the reason why we liked it, I think I'm speaking for myself, but I think Daniel can agree with me on this, is number one is the feel on it. The grip, as we actually, this is the kind of the theme of the video, we got our M93R, which is a variant of the M9 kind of a platform, and then we got our Elite Force M1911. I love the 1911 because of the feel of it. It just fits really naturally in my hand.
It's very comfortable. And he does have some custom MOE magpul grips.
Yeah, on grips on them. And
it's very...
The M9 is also extremely comfortable. However, I just don't get that same angle with it with the 1911. I don't know what it is about the 1911. It's just, I don't know. It's something, and it's also something classic and iconic about the 1911. It's just, it's been with us since what, World War II.
Yeah.
And it's just
actually, well, 1911.
Probably a little 1911. Yeah, a little since before World War II. And God, I'm like, it's just a nice pistol. It's smooth. It's
and as far as our use comes with the 1911 versus the this is an M93.
Yeah, it's basically got the same feels as a M9.
Basically an M9, but our use for it is that we play in a very dirty, rugged environment, and we break gas blowback pistols like that. Yeah. And so the CO2 Elite Force 1911. It just outperforms anything as far as that rough climate goes, that rough play on it, because we can easily just play with it and then go back and clean it and then use it again, because CO2 guns are so versatile. Yeah, and that's comparing gas blowback. He's comparing these two in front of us right now. We've tried to make the shift over from gas powered guns like KWA guns and WE,
because those are really good for indoor and CQV play. But the problem we keep running into is the gas, when it gets dirt in the gun and it
messes with the
parts. It really messes with it.
They really never perform the same anymore.
It really doesn't. The problem, they're not fragile, but they don't hold up well in the really rough conditions. Whereas with CO2, it's a lot less susceptible to changes in temperature, unlike propane and green gas. And if you get something in there, the CO2 just powers through it. Like, it just gives it the correct amount of gas to slide right through it.
And and if you'll notice, well, gas blowback, green gas, for example, they tend to have a lot of problems with how the guns are made in general, because green gas is much less compressed than CO2 is. That's because of the adapter they use to keep a consistent FPS. And so the problem you'll face is that the parts in there have to be lighter, and there's more plastic parts in green gas guns overall, just because of that factor that they have to keep it light so the parts can cycle and stuff efficiently, which does lead to a higher rate of fire than a CO2 pistol.
And snappier trigger response.
But at the same time, they're easily worn down in rough conditions. As a CO2 gun, I mean, this thing, it's all metal?
It's all metal.
Everything
on is metal, Then the KWA
everything
guns
except for the grips.
Yeah.
Metal.
KWA were a very high-tech engineering company. They use, like, you see a lot of Tokyo Marine uses a plastic slide, but if you compare this slide to that slide, this is like 1/3 the weight. Yeah. I'm not even exaggerating.
And now, these do have the M93R, for example, does have its uses over the 1911. At least for example, in Ironclad 2 recently, I was using the M93 for room clearing and stuff because I had a DMR set up, and so I wasn't able to clear rooms with that because it's against regulation. And that did help a lot because I had it on 3 burst, and I'm sure if you keep up with our Ironclad 2 videos, you'll see me getting a whole bunch of kills with that. It's such a fast-firing gun that when you are in like a CQB building-to-building environment, is very helpful.
And that's where it really shines. It's like from building to building CQB. That's where the green gas pistols, I believe, really shine. But where CO2 really shines, I think, is like during outdoor.
Overall, CO2 though is much more durable, much more reliable, and it also in cold weather conditions. If you live up north, or if you like to play in the winter, CO2 you will definitely get so much because. As far as green gas goes, and I don't know if it applies to red gas or not because it is a higher bit of compression, but for the majority which use green gas and propane, which is what we use, it applies to the same principle. In colder environments under 75 degrees, the FPS has a severe drop in reliability as far as compression goes. So
Okay. Alright, we spent a lot of time on that question. Let's get moving on.
It's a good question.
It is a good question.
So
very good.
It deserves a lot of time for topics.
Agreed. Alright, let's see. First question from the day comes to us from Jonathan, Pinkney. So I'm so sorry.
It seems like an Irish name.
Maybe.
Jonathan or Pickney.
Picnic.
He's got the potato failure.
What would it feel like if all of your fans showed up at Deviate to help you guys on a mission in full battle dress? I think Oh, so they even tell us like how to pink knee. Okay, I'm so sorry. Yeah, they're smart. They figured it out because they know we're too stupid to figure out how to spell these names. Okay, yeah. So he says, what would it feel like if all of our fans showed up at Deviate to help us? God, that would be
freaking awesome.
Absolutely amazing. Number one, we would kick ass. That would be the number one. Number two, I think I'd just be completely flattered because we just started this channel just to make videos for you guys to enjoy. And if we get like a following of people that are like willing and dedicated to come out and like play with us and fight along our side just because of our videos and because they enjoy what we do. God, that would just be the absolute best feeling in the world. Cause
I couldn't imagine that.
We have an absolute amazing fan base.
50,000 people.
55 now. 55.
If you can find a field that we can fit that many people.
Yeah, good luck fitting 55,000 people on one field. That would be crazy.
Well, maybe like what is it called? Like what's it, Road to Rostov or whatever?
They have a lot. I don't know if it's...
No, but they have enough space for it, that's for sure.
They might.
If you line them all up like Civil War style.
That would be cool. Alright, next question. You ready? You go.
Okay. That's a battery.
Yeah, I got a couple in there. Trying to balance it out.
I wonder if I figured out how to pronounce this guy's name. Let's see. Oh, that's easy. If I can unroll the thing. Nerf War Productions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Matt, he's asking me.
Oh, specifically me? Give me the question.
I'm getting really cheaped out today.
I'll let you go again. Matt D, I'm going to build a DMR. What gun do you think I should build it out of? Scar, M4, what kind? Alright, so if you're talking about building from scratch or building off already, I would, like you said, he's whispering, GMP. Well, number one, I always recommend building your guns from the ground up because in the long haul, if you buy a gun, say like a nice high quality, like let's say a Crytek, that's like $400 plus, give or take, okay, around that price mark. You already have really good internals and stuff to put into it, so you don't have to do a lot. But then I find like maybe you don't like the rail, maybe you don't like some internal components. I mean, it's Crytek, so you probably would like a lot of the internals, but just theoretically, say you don't like something internally, say you don't like the grip, maybe you don't like the stock. You then have to take off these parts and then change them already on a $400 gun. Then you already have these parts you don't really know what to do with. You have to sell them or just keep them in storage, and it's annoying. So what I recommend doing is building it from the ground up. It's really not that hard because a lot of companies
There's a lot of tech videos you can watch it on.
There's a lot of tech videos how to
assemble. It's pretty simple.
It's not that hard to do because you can actually buy pre-made gearboxes. You can buy pre-made like low receivers, upper receivers, stuff like that. But what I would recommend doing is buying like a nice GMP low receiver that comes with like the pistol grip and the gearbox, and then just buy a stock, buy a rail system, install a rail system, buy an upper, then buy an optic. That way you don't have to spend the money on the gun, and then extra money to upgrade the gun. You can just get everything.
And it's also a great learning experience when you build a gun. And I'm just saying this myself, but it's probably really good for people to know the internals of their gun, how it works, just in case it breaks down or something. I'm pretty good at it, but I've been pretty spoiled with Matt being the tech here, and so like when I have a problem, I'm like, Matt!
Yeah, it's like, Matt, fix my gun, I have a problem. That's what they come calling me.
Just because I tend not to trust myself with little teeny tiny gears and stuff like that. Give me a real gun, I'll be fine. Yeah. With little plastic, we use metal gears, but you know what I'm saying. It's scary.
Yep. And it was SCAR versus M4. If you're talking like VFC scars, VFC scars are really weird with upgrades. They're really, really picky.
Scar syndrome.
They're good guns if you can get them running, like absolutely superbly. Like they're just amazing.
And they'll run for about a month.
And if you do them right, they'll run forever. But the problem is they're just picky with the upgrade parts I put into them. Like they only like some motors I put. It's really weird. I would recommend starting off with an M4 unless you haven't anything other than a VFC scar. Because VFC, if you have like maybe a WE or something like that, a WE SCAR AEG or something else like a classic Army, if you want to upgrade that, I'd say go for it because they use very similar M4 internal parts. But if it's a VFC, maybe stick with an M4, but it really depends on you. But if you're going from absolute maximum customization, do an M4 because there's so many aftermarket upgrade parts. Alright, let's move on to the next question. Daniel, you can go because I stole your last one. I'll laugh if this one's addressed to me too. Is it? No, darn it.
Andy Walker.
Alright.
That's cool. I like Andy as a name.
You like Andy?
I might name my kid Andy. You might name your kid Andy. I really want a boot too that I can write Andy on the bottom of it.
Why? Oh, because
Toy
Story reference.
Yeah. Andy Walker says, or asks anyway, what do you recommend, an angled grip or a vertical grip?
That's a good question.
Okay, so I'm very biased on this as well.
Okay.
But as for myself, I definitely prefer a vertical grip. It just feels much more comfortable.
I'll argue that.
For manipulating the gun. You have two vertical axes. I know grammar. I know my grammar.
I know it's the ag-grams.
Anyway, but yeah, you have two vertical axes to manipulate the gun on, which really is helpful for going around corners or trees or whatever. And also, I just find it to be much more comfortable in general. I have a heavier gun, and so it's easier to manipulate and keep a grip on the gun. As far as a angled grip or whatever, like a 45-degree grip or one of the Magpul grips, first of all, it doesn't feel comfortable to me, and it doesn't give you that same plein grip. It's basically just like gripping like this, except for at an angle. So I don't really see the point in it. If anything, if I didn't have a grip, I just hold the mag well.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
He likes a more vertical style. I'll argue with him directly and say the angle 4 grip is more ergonomic than a vertical grip, and I'll tell you why. Number one, if you've ever held an M4, you always want to do it like this. You want to do a sequence. Now, in real steel shooting, it's actually more efficient to control recoil. This applies to real steel.
And I'll argue with that.
That it's more effective to do like a C-clamp on it, or kind of like grab the top, like you see the thumb over bore stuff. But that applies to real steel stuff, not really airsoft. However, I'll argue that it is more comfortable because if you've ever seen anyone running a 4 grip, you'll see them. They won't be holding it like this. They'll be choking up on it. Like they'll put like 4 fingers on the bottom and like the 2 on the rail or on the side. So it's kind of like stubby grips in a way. And if you look at it, your hand's like this.
I'm pretty sure I don't do that though.
Yeah, but it depends. You do this. I do like this. Like I put 3 fingers like here, and then I put like my thumb on the side.
That's because you don't know how to hold the grip right.
I know I'm holding the grip right. You're holding it wrong. You're holding it like here. You're
no, because it's how you hold a vertical grip. That's why it's
but I have more control over my weapon like this. Because if you hold it here, then your gun can do like this.
To accept the.
No, it's basic. It's basic like movement. Okay, so here's your gun. You do this, right? Now if I do this. Oh, look, I have more control over it. If I want to swing this way, I have to swing this.
No, I can do this just as easily.
But if you have to do this,
we're pointing air guns right now.
You're holding an attachment that's not directly on the gun.
Over-exaggerating.
If you're driving the barrel of the gun, you have more control and accuracy, might I add. No. If you hold it by vertical, you're kind of extending the point upon which you're trying to drive, and it just further away. If you think of it like this, if I kept going down, if I kept going down like this, is that easier to control as opposed to being closer to the barrel? The object of this is to be closest to the barrel and the rail as possible to give you maximum control and aimability with it. The further you get away from the barrel, if you hold your grip like that, Daniel, then you lose controlability.
I have
not much.
Complete control over my
Ultimately,
rifle,
I think what this boils down to is what you're more comfortable with, because in the end of this ultimate scheme of things, the stuff I'm telling you about is so minute it probably won't make a difference in comparison to what you find more comfortable in shooting. So in the end, it really depends what you feel for, but I'll say angle foregrip because it's closer to the barrel, it's more ergonomically gripped for me personally, and Daniel will say his grip is more ergonomically his vertical grip. I don't know what's like that, but anyway, good question. Very good question.
The truth.
I am telling the truth. You want to look up basic stuff? No one
I don't
uses,
need to look
no
up
one
basic
uses
stuff.
vertical grips anymore. People use stubby grips.
Stuff.
Lies.
I do.
I do. All right. Peter Bishop asks, "What's the most popular game type?"
See, this is what happens at freaking 2 a.m.
It's like 2 a.m.
Yeah, 2:43.
Yeah.
In the morning. We do this for you guys.
Yep. All right. Peter Bishop asks, "What's the most popular game type you guys play at Deviate? Which one do you enjoy the most?" I think the most popular game type is probably, what do you think? Base, defend, and attack.
You know, at Deviate, and this has actually been my favorite gameplay, and they usually play this at the Black Tiger events, but is Rush, like Battlefield style Rush. Because you have the objectives you have to take over and you have to keep taking them from the enemy team.
Yeah.
I've had the most fun doing that. It just, I guess it's my preference. There's a lot of cool scenarios that you can do at Deviate because they have such a variety of landscape and everything. And some of the defender and offensive games have been really, really fun. But overall, I've had a lot of enjoyment in the Rush games, especially being a DMR where I can sneak up and just take people out, like pick them off, and then keep moving and pick them off. So yeah, what about you?
Well, the most common game type I think would be the classic base, defend, and attack. That's like classic DVA. It's a great scenario because they got such a fantastic base. What I really like is when they have missions, when they have like that. Remember that one game? You guys have probably seen the episode if you're subscribed to us because it's like one of our most popular videos. That one video where me and Tyler had to go out and find the plane. I like Milsim type events like that where you have like a centralized thing. You have commanders maybe on both teams giving out objectives to complete. You have to leave the base to find objectives to complete, and you might be engaged in a hostile when you go out to find those objectives. On the same note of that, if you send too many guys out, the enemy team can attack your base, and if you lose your base, you lose the game. So it's like a very delicate balance between how many guys do we send to complete objectives versus how many guys do we send to guard the base. And we've almost lost that base a couple of times because we sent too many guys out. They got rushed, they got attacked, and when we got back, we're like, guys, where's all our guys? Like, we got attacked, everyone's dead. We're like, oh my god, we almost lost the base. But that would have to be my favorite type, so yeah, definitely. Alright guys, well we're running out of time here, so I think that'll about wrap it up. As always, please be sure to leave your questions for future Q&A videos in the comment section down below, and maybe if you're lucky, we'll get to see your question answered in the next video. So, thanks for watching, we'll see you guys next time.
See y'all.